Hi, in this video, we're going to explain you the difference between our Silver Series and Platinum Series. So on your left side, you'll see Silver Series section picture, and on the right side, you'll see Platinum Schuco Series picture. So starting from the Silver Series, it's a 55mm panel in a 59mm frame. So if you look at the white portion on a Silver Series section picture, that's a 55mm panel. And on the right side on a Schuco Platinum, the green color, that's a 75mm Schuco panel in there. Whereas in the Schuco, it's a 75mm panel with 75mm door profile. Hence, you'll see it's a more flush look from the front and the back. But in a Silver Series, if you look at, it's a 59mm frame in a 55mm panel. Hence, you'll see almost a flush look in the front side of the door. So both are bonded doors. If you compare our standard series, which is not a bonded door, for that you can watch a separate video. However, Platinum series having a more thicker panel than a Silver series would have a better thermal and acoustic performance. So looking at the drawings over here of a Silver series on the left side and a Platinum series on your right side, if you look at the arrow which is been pointing towards the glazing part, which means in a door design, if you have glass in it in a Silver series, it will be triple glazed. Whereas on the right side, if you look at the Platinum series, where you see the arrow pointing on the glass. So if the door design has glass in it, it will be quadruple glazed. Now, which is very important point to note here, that Silver series, if you choose to have a door with side lights, whether it's on one side or the other side, both sides, so the door would have triple glazing in it, but the side lights would have double glazing in it. Whereas in the Platinum series, the door, if it has glass in it, will always be quadruple glazed, which is four glazing, four layers of glass in it, double the double glass. But if you choose to have side lights with the door, so the door would still have quadruple glazed, but the side lights would have triple glazed in the Platinum series. Now, if you look at the U values which are mentioned, 1.3 for silver and 1.9 for platinum, because Silver series is slightly thinner as compared to the Platinum series, slightly more thicker, hence the U value is lower, 0.9 in platinum. Lower means better. But this doesn't mean the Silver series has a bad thermal value. It is still a very good U value, 1.3. Looking at the drawings on the bottom, the Silver series has almost a 59mm frame in a 55mm panel with that, and Platinum is 75 frame and 75 panel. So this slide shows a bit more detail of the Silver series from the front. If you look at the left picture, it shows a complete door. The center picture shows a more closer look onto the door and the frame on the corner. And the right side explains when the door leaf is open, how does it look. So in a Silver series, when we mentioned in the earlier slide that it is almost a flush look, means you don't look at the sash on the door when the door is closed. You only look at the one frame look. Now, as we mentioned, it's a 55mm panel in a 59mm frame. So the door sash and the door frame, when the door sash or the door leaf is closed, is slightly closes a little bit in and not 100% flush to the door frame. Hence, you see a bit of gap there. And that also defines, when you see the right side picture, there is a small type of uh, bead or a sash which you will see in the corner, which you can see even is smaller than my finger thickness. This is what you see when the door is open, but when you close the door, you don't even see that from the front. So Silver series is our value for money series, in which you still get a one frame look, which is same like a Platinum Series. The only difference is when the door is closed, it's not 100% flushed. It closes a little bit in outwards. Whereas when you see in the next slide of the Platinum Series, you'll understand the difference. This slide shows our Platinum Schuco Series door with a side light on the left, and on the right side picture it shows more closer look of our door frame and the door leaf when it's closed. So if you look at the second picture where the finger is pointing, when the door leaf is closed, it is almost very much flushed look when it closes to the door frame, almost very similar level, give or take a little bit of tolerance. When you saw the earlier picture of a Silver Series, it was the door leaf when it closes a little bit in, I think around 3 or 4 millimeters in. So that's the main difference here, a part of the thickness of the panel, how it looks in the front of Platinum Series versus Silver. Whereas in a Platinum Series, when you look at inside, it is looking quite similar as outside. So now summarizing the Silver Series is this, that when you look at the door over there, you see it's almost a flush look in the front. The door and the side lights can be made in one piece. What I mean with that is, if you look at the door there, it has a common frame with the side light. It is not having a separate frame for a side light, which we have explained in our panel door series, standard series, where the frame has to be different. Whereas in this, it's a one-piece frame. We'll explain you in the next slide. In the Platinum Series, having one-piece frame can be made in Silver, Platinum, Gold, and Diamond Series. And there's an advantage for that also because you save a lot of space. So this is inside portion of Silver Series. When you look at the door from inside, if you look at the door second picture where the finger is pinpointing, when you look at the door from inside, you see a small portion of a sash there, but there's no glazing bead because it's a bonded door. In a Silver Series, we can do the hinges of the same color as the door as well. Now, the second picture also shows that when the door is closed, there is like a it closes a little bit outside than the framework. Not a lot, very, very minute difference it is. So it's not a major difference. But when you look at the Silver Series as compared to our Platinum Series, price-wise, obviously Silver Series being a mid-range, the price is cheaper in that. So we call Silver Series as value for money, that it ticks almost all good points of a good quality door. Whereas when you jump to Gold, Platinum, or Diamond, they become a luxury series. So hence you pay a bit more money for that, and you tick another couple of more boxes when it comes to flush look. Summarizing the Platinum Series, looking at the front, if you see, it's more flush look for the door leaf and the frame. When it closes together, it closes almost in a similar uh, level. Door and a side light is made in one piece, same like Silver Series, it's possible to make in one piece. Now, when you look at a door and side light being made in one piece, this means there's an advantage where when we don't use a separate frame for a side light, that extra frame which is not being used means we can have more glass in the side light and also a more bigger door leaf in the same opening. So there is certainly a big advantage. Plus, when you look at a door and the side light as one piece, whether it's a Silver, Gold, Platinum, or Diamond series, overall look becomes much better because it's a one frame look, and aesthetically, not only aesthetically it looks better, but as a strength wise it's much more better because it's all made in one piece. Another important point is when the door and the so now you can see the Platinum Schuco series from inside. Same like outside, it was a flush look. You don't see any sash in the front or in the back in Platinum series. And the door and the side light, like we mentioned in the one slide before, is made in one piece. So this is a back inside look for the door. A very important point which you should note on any of our series is this, that whatever design you see in the front, for example, it has grooves or stainless steel trim in the front. Inside, it is without the grooves or without stainless steel as standard. If you need to have grooves inside as well or stainless steel trim inside as well, that's optional. Please make sure you ask for that, or you will see in the quote as option available. Looking at the hinges pictures on the right side of Platinum Series, these are the standard hinges in the Platinum Series. In the Schuco Platinum Series door, you get inside handle, which is Schuco, hinges, which is Schuco, cylinder is also Schuco, and the lock is also Schuco. And of course, frame and sash is Schuco, and also the threshold is Schuco. So in our Schuco Platinum Series or Schuco Diamond Series, we use all Schuco accessories whichever are available.